So what we're going to explain now is how to use the timing scoreboard as a digital sign for sponsors, advertisements and other graphical displays. So as you can see on the desktop now, and we've just cut across to a screenshot of it so you can see it clearly, you can see the smiley face which represents the area of the LED screen being a 10mm pitch and just on 1 meter by 1 meter, and also adjacent or behind it you can see the timing displays, the 0000 digits there. And so we've opened up the LED software now and we've loaded in some content, and so once we've loaded that into place and have prepared it, then it's simply just a matter of hitting the play button. And as you can now see on the screen, that it's now changing on both the LED screen and you can see it changing also on the desktop. Now just remember that we're displaying the actual pixel resolution on the desktop, and the display is only 96 by 96 pixels. That's how large the graphics are, even though the display, LED display, is actually just on 1 meter by 1 meter, 960 by 960 to be exactly precise. Now as you can see, a view of the desktop here, we've opened up our LED software now. You can see the clock still running there, the spreadsheet still sitting underneath there, and then you can see that we can actually move it around, and as I'm moving it on the desktop you can actually see what's happening on the screen. Whilst the timer is not being required to be used because maybe there's no racing events on at the moment, now it's quite simply being used as a digital display for advertisers, sponsors and others that you may wish to be communicating to with appropriate messages and so forth. So that's one of the advantages of using an LED screen, especially one that is able to display unlimited colours if it's a unlimited colour type monitor. If it's only a mono colour, therefore you will only get one of the colours, but what we are able to do on a trillion colour LED display is actually display text, the timing clock and so forth, in a mono colour, or simply prepare graphics for advertising in a mono colour. But most people tend to prefer to have unlimited colour options for their advertisements and so forth. So going from this position now, quite simply to be using it as a display clock is very simple. And so in actual fact what we would do is simply just go stop, close the software, yes we want to, and now as you can see on the screen, both the LED and the desktop, we are now just displaying the clock. So if I actually now simulated this, I pressed a hotkey on the keyboard and now it's starting to change the digits on the screen. Maybe it's the start of the new race, or in fact we could be displaying it now as a clock so that everyone knows that at 1 o'clock the racing is going to start again, and we could be displaying the actual time on the display as well. So very simple to operate and to do it like so. Let me just swap that across to you for you now, and now we are actually displaying the time. And of course, because we've only got a 1 meter by 1 meter and we've stretched it out quite large, you can see that as I move that around it will display. So one way to get around that is actually to compress the time, but of course the most appropriate way is actually to have a larger LED screen. But for the purpose of this video we're just showing you the process of how to do it rather than the final solution that might be at your facility. You notice as I move the mouse over, the background is turning black, and we could change that so it's permanently black, yellow, red, green, whatever colour you might want. So you can see here how if we had the clock running at this top area here, and beneath it we could actually be displaying as a desktop graphic maybe the sponsor of the timing clock for your event, their logo or name could be displayed in the surrounding area of the LED screen. So this makes it a fantastic way where if you are on a limited budget and you want to give advertising opportunities for a local company, this is a great way to minimize your costs, give value to the advertiser or the sponsor, and everyone becomes a winner in this scenario. So that's what we wanted to show you on this particular video, the part 2 of a 2-part video series. And if you want to understand further about how to input timer controls, we suggest you view the brief overview on part 1 of this video series. This particular series of LED screens in the modular size that we've been talking about recently is designed for environments where you might want to have a community event and you want to have the sponsors' information displayed, or it could be a school sports event where you want to run timing software, or maybe it's a club event at the sports field where you need to run and display the scoreboard information of the competing teams. So a variety of applications, and once again designed to be easily transported. So we hope you found this video useful, interesting. Contact details are at the end of the video and on the associated text. If you have a need for LED screens indoors or outdoors of high definition or a lower pitch, give us a call. We've got a range of solutions that I'm sure will work for you. Thanks a lot for watching.